Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. How great to see you all back. I trust you enjoyed my last video on band leader Dizzy Gillespie. And of course, he had this weird looking shaped trumpet because that actually happened in an accident. And he left it like that. So let's not be in a hurry to fix things. We'll see, never know what can happen. We're going from there to Edward Kennedy Ellington, born in 1899 in Washington, D.C., or as he was known for most of his life, Duke Ellington. Now, this guy is an absolute powerhouse in American jazz music. He not only shaped it, he composed. He's one of the best jazz composers of all time, this guy. He just assembled people together to play, and he changed the world, this guy, pretty much. He's absolutely a beloved character in the jazz scene and a powerhouse and monster in this genre. So it's good to be able to give this guy a bit of a go today. He started piano lessons at the age of 7. He was actually a child of 2 piano players. Both mum and dad played piano. So it was only a matter of time before he was going to pick it up as well. But in that late teens area, he started doing freelance sign painting. But while he was doing that around the 1917 period, he started to get people together to play for dances. And he soon became quite well known in the Washington, D.C., where he was born, in Virginia areas. And he started to play for embassy concerts and all sorts of things like that. And so he actually got quite well known quite quickly. This guy was composing right back then as well and gathering all sorts of ensembles together to play the music. He then moved to Harlem, and he was a massive influence in the Harlem Renaissance. That was, I suppose, an uplift, an increase in arts and culture and music in the Harlem area. And Harlem was just waiting for something like this to happen. And so he very much appealed to the African American community in Harlem. In 1923, he played in the famous Hollywood Club. That was a residency for 4 years, and then moved to the famous Cotton Club, which absolutely everyone who was anyone in jazz could play. It was around the 1930s era that he formed his own orchestra. So we're talking lots of musicians on stage here. And he would play the piano. And in typical Duke Ellington fashion, he would conduct from the piano. He wouldn't actually get up with his baton when he might actually start up there, but he would soon just get down his piano, just wave his hand every now and then, and the musos knew what they needed to do. Because if you're in the Duke Ellington Orchestra, you know you'd made it. And I think, you had to be exceptionally good to be in this group, and to be able to just pick up the nuances and the genius that is Duke Ellington, that is for sure. Got a few clips below. We've got "It Don't Mean a Thing If You Ain't Got That Swing." This is a live version of that one. We've also got the iconic "Sophisticated Lady," another live version of that one. We've got "Satin Doll," live version of that one. We've got Diminuendo in blue and Crescendo in blue, quite well known, that one, and that led to a bit of a renaissance for him in the 1950s. We've got a tribute to the Beatles, of all things, all the way forward to 1970. Now, Duke Ellington did leave us on the 24th of May 1974 at the age of 75. Music was his mistress. He performed over 20,000 times in many places of the world. He's recorded stacks and stacks and stacks of albums. I couldn't count them all. There are just so many there over all of his career. He's received a few awards: 1960 Hollywood Walk of Fame, 1964 honorary doctorate in the Milton College, 1966 Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, 1964, 1966, 1969 the Presidential Medal of Freedom, 1971 the honorary doctorate from Berklee College of Music, 1973 the highest honour in France, Legion of Honour, 1999 after his death the Pulitzer Prize. He has actually received 14 Grammy Awards and been inducted to the Grammy Hall of Fame. So what can we take out of the Duke Ellington story? I think what we need to take out of this is his passion. His passion for music. His passion when he realised he could actually do music pretty well. His passion for composing. His passion for gathering musicians together for whatever was needed. His passion for stretching the boundaries of music and what was capable. His passion for the Harlem community and how he changed that world, particularly in the Harlem Renaissance. When you're passionate about something and you're good at it, there is nothing stopping you. I think this is where the Duke Ellington story is going today, because he changed the world, this guy. And there were coins minted after his death. There were stamps created after his death. He was one of the first African Americans to have his coin solely on his face, solely on a coin. Because this guy was an absolute American treasure, a worldwide treasure, really. And when you do find the passion for what you love and you feel game enough to actually be able to go and do it, you change the world. This seems to be where we've been going with these jazz greats of late, is their ability to actually just capture the feeling of society at the time, capture what society actually needed and to run with it and to enable people just to let their hair down and have a good time. Duke Ellington was very demanding on his musicians, and often geniuses are a bit perfectionistic. That's quite all right, because when you put aside the perfectionism for a second and realize you're playing with such a great as this guy, it doesn't matter. You're just going to rise up and do it. So if you can actually inspire people around you to be better people as well, why wouldn't you want to do that? And of course, he did inspire many, including Stevie Wonder with his song Sir Duke. And we've got a live version of that one. Just thought it'd be good to give it a bit of a tribute to Duke Ellington from the iconic Stevie Wonder. Haven't done Stevie yet because he starts with S, so we're a little way off him as yet, but it's good to actually sneak him in today. So, whatever your passion is, go with it. Do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love. If you didn't hear it the first time, do what you love. Because you change the world and you change your life by doing that. So the links to those 6 clips are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from Dizzy Gillespie, so if you want to recap on him, feel free. So good to talk about these legends of the jazz industry today. If you've come back for another one, if this is your first time, the Life Reflections through Music, how great to see everybody here and back. That's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to another jazz legend, Count Basie. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.